Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Psychomania. In my previous video I covered some introduction related to rational emotive behavior therapy, the ABC model and three categories of irrational belief. In today's video I'll be moving ahead and I'll try to cover the philosophical viewpoints, must statements, goals of REBT, role of the counselor and some of its approaches. So if you're interested, please keep on watching. Let us take a look at philosophical viewpoints of REBT. The first viewpoint is responsible hedonism. Hedonism is related to seeking pleasure. So here, responsible hedonism means to seek pleasure but with a responsible attitude, to think over the consequences of the behavior. The client is to be trained for seeking pleasure but by not doing any behavior that is irresponsible in nature. Next is humanism. A very important concept related to humanism is the unconditional self-acceptance. This term is borrowed from Rogers' unconditional positive regard, and unconditional self-acceptance means that the individual should be able to accept themselves. They should be able to accept that they can commit mistakes and they have their own strengths, their own thoughts, which are not necessarily supposed to be similar to others. Next is rationality. By rationality we mean logical and scientific ways to get to the goal. So there must be a rationale. If the rationale is absent, if the rationale is missing, the client won't be able to overcome the issues. Next comes the must statements or masturbation. Must statements are the must thoughts, the must compulsions that an individual may have. It can be related to competence. For example, I must always succeed. I must be good at this thing. Must statements can be related to love and approval. For example, if somebody has a crush on someone, then their must concept can be like, I must be liked and approved by my crush. The must statements can be related to treatment also, the way we are treated, the way we get treatment. For example, I must be honored by all. So as Albert Ellis says that that there are three types of musts that lead to inflexible mindset towards various situations, or even the outlook that we have towards our life. They can be related to us, they can be related to other people and to life. Next come the goals of REBT. The first goal is to minimize emotional disturbance. As REBT focuses on identifying the faulty belief system to rectify those belief system, they also target the emotional and behavior consequences related to those belief systems. So the goal is also to minimize emotional disturbance of the individual. Second is to defeat the self-defeating behaviors. Now self-defeating behaviors can be the negative thoughts, the self-doubt an individual has, so also the irrational beliefs that they have, so to defeat those behaviors as well. And third is to make the client self-actualized. If the client becomes self-actualized, then they can lead a better life by the help of rational thinking, and also the irrational beliefs will be removed. So these are some of the goals related to REBT. Next are, what are the roles of the counselor in REBT? The first role is to build a therapeutic relationship. A proper therapeutic relationship must be built in REBT. It is very necessary, and REBT also focuses on current problem of the client. Second is to identify the belief. As we have been listening from the starting, that REBT focuses on the belief system on the individual. So the counselor must identify the faulty belief system, the events and the behavior also in initial 2 to 3 sessions, as REBT is not a very long therapy. The third role is to tell the client, is to communicate with the client what is the purpose of the therapy. So this should also be introduced to the client. REBT has three approaches: cognitive approach, which consists of techniques like coping self-statement, cost benefit analysis, psychoeducational methods, teaching others, problem solving. Then there is emotive approach that has imagery, role play, shame attacking exercise, forceful self statements, forceful self dialogue. And third is behavioral approach that has activity homework, self reinforcement, skill training. Now I'll be covering the cognitive approaches. So the first approach is coping self-statement, which helps in tolerating, minimizing and dealing with stressful situations. Let us understand this with the help of an example. Suppose a client has fear of speaking on stage. So with the help of the counselor, what the client will do is he will set a goal, write his goal, uh, that can be speaking without hesitation. The counselor will help the client come up with a statement that he has to speak to himself on daily basis several times. Second is cost benefit analysis. This is useful in situations like addiction, alcohol addiction and such type of addictions. So the counselor tells the client to make a list of advantages and disadvantages of stopping alcohol, and he also has to repeat those benefits and disadvantages of continuing or leaving the addiction. Third is psychoeducational method. This method involves the use of audio tapes. It helps the clients to know how they must change their life. There are relaxation therapies also involved in this, and what happens in this therapeutic technique is that the client re-listens the tape, the audio tape, and the things that are present that get registered in his subconscious. Next method is teaching others, and this is successful in group setting. People who have already modified to some extent their behavior, their beliefs, they can persuade others as well to change. Okay, and whenever we are teaching other people, we use different methods. We try to do an in-depth analysis of that particular issue. We devise new techniques to teach others. So with the teaching others, we are also training ourselves to modify our own beliefs also, as well as helping them to modify their belief. So this is what happens in teaching others. Next method is problem solving. In this method, we help the client to choose to overcome his irrational beliefs and to come up with more rational feelings, thoughts and actions that will help in problem solving. That's all for today, guys. I'll be covering rest of the approaches in my next video. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, comment and subscribe to my channel. Also hit the bell icon to get notification of all the latest uploads by me. Thank you.